my name is Sharon Jensen, and I represent Embrace Your Wardrobe. And today we're going to talk about how to dress your body shape. And earlier, in a previous video, I talked about your face shapes and how that is going to impact your inside lines, so your necks, your collars, your jewelry types. Here we have like an oval to mimic her face shape as being oblong. We're going to have rounded necklines. As far as jacket collars are also going to be, if you can get a rounded shape, if you wear a suit, you're going to want to have those shapes. Your shirts are going to be wanting to have, if you choose a pattern, you're going to want to have that as a soft shape as well. The other thing, as far as your jewelry choices, what you can do is if you get a silver scarf and you turn around and you hold it up to your face, the goal is to have it complement your face. So here with the silver, your eyes being drawn down to the silver and not up to my face. When I hold the gold up to my face, now it should bring a little bit of warmth and also bring your focus up to my face, not down at the gold. So as you can see, I have gold jewelry on today for that. The other thing that is important is your color choices. So now you know that you're supposed to have soft edges, but you also know now that your color choices. If I were to hold up the brown up to my face, you can see that that blends very well and your eye is drawn up to my face and not down at the color. Versus if I wear a black, now when I hold that up to my face, you see the black before you see my face. And the goal of this dressing for your body type is to have people look at your face and be listening to what you're actually saying. So by wearing the wrong color, you're actually causing people to not pay attention to you and hear what you're actually saying. So there is really an importance. The other thing that is good is, if you dress for the job that you want versus the job you have, people are always, if they're considering a person who, to move up the ladder, they're going to look at somebody who's well-dressed, cares about how they present themselves, that they have a nice hairdo, that their posture is good. The whole thing kind of like works together. If you were to get up in the morning and put sweatpants on and a t-shirt, now that might be fine if you have a home job and don't need to go out and see people, but if that's really not putting your best foot forward. Even if you go to the supermarket, people are thinking that you really don't care what you look like. So you don't need to spend a lot of money to do any of this. You just have to kind of be aware of your color choices and your shapes, and you're going to dictate and put your best foot forward. Very simple little changes. So one of the things that we also need to talk about is our hair shapes. When we have our hairstyles, our mannequin here has got an oval face shape. So when we're doing hairstyle choices, we want to put them in spots where we have less of our face. So for me, I have a very wide cheeks, and at my temples, it's narrow. So I'm going to turn around and put my volume at the top versus at the bottom. I want to keep it very quiet. With my oval here, her face gets smaller at the top and at the bottom. So we want to put volume on the sides as well, and also at the bottom. So if she's got a medium style hairstyle, so having volume down here at her cheeks and up at maybe bangs or something like that at her forehead is going to look really good. She's not going to want to do a face shape with long straight hair and just parted in the middle. That's not going to be a very good face shape for her. As I can show you from past experiences, once I learned about my face shape, I went to the hairdresser and I had them do a few changes, and now I'm going to show you what the transition was from one simple haircut change. So we'll take a look at that now. Welcome back. Now that we've talked a little, or I've showed you my before and after picture, you can really see the impact that changing up the shape of my hair really made a huge impact. Before, I looked like I had a very triangular face, and now my face was much more balanced and much more even. So that was a big improvement, and it wasn't doing anything additional that I had not already done in the past. So now we're going to talk about the next stage. You know, we've done a lot of talking about inside lines. Now we're going to actually talk about outside lines, which is going to be your body. And sorry to say, women, we're going to measure. We're going to measure your chest, your waist, and your hips. So our mannequin here, or our dress form, has a waist of a 34 and the hips of a 44. So that's about 10 inches difference. So when you have that type of a drastic change in your body, you want to make sure that you belt it. You want your curves to work for you, because the overall look that you're trying to go for is that hourglass shape. But again, we want the attention to be brought up to your face. So we don't want anything that's going to be too outlandish, too high fashion, or anything like that. You want to stay kind of very traditional. Clothing is probably the best. It is probably the easiest to purchase versus doing something more trendy, because next year it might not be in style, so you want to be careful about that. The other thing, where she does have such a wide hip and her chest was smaller, she doesn't want to focus her attention down at her hips. She wants to keep the focus up at her face and her shoulders. So she might want to have a jacket that has maybe buttons on the top. She might want something with a wider collar, would also do that. So different things are going to help make the hips look smaller and your shoulders look bigger. The other thing that's important is where they actually lie on your person. So if you had a jacket or something and your hips are wider, you may not want to have your shirts or your jacket break at the widest part of your hips. For this here, you'd actually look better if you had a cropped jacket, something that's going to, again, even out your shoulder width. This particular dress that I have here is very angled. I don't know if it comes off in the picture, but because I'm very boxy. I have, I think, 3 inches between my waist and my hips. So I have to create the illusion of having an hourglass figure, which for our dress form here, it's not a problem for her. For me, it's definitely a problem. So I have to take every full advantage of the illusion of the hourglass option. The other thing we talked about was our mannequin's face shape was a contoured or a round. And I'm not sure if you noticed, it might be very difficult to see, but on this particular shirt that I had chosen, it's definitely a square neck. And that's another thing that you want to be aware of. You know, if you have something in your closet that is the wrong style or the wrong shape or the wrong color, there's things that you can do to turn around and make it work for you until you either need to dispose of something because it's old, or find something that is more the perfect thing. So one suggestion would be to turn around and put a scarf. Now I've changed the look of the outfit and made the actual triangle or the square edges, I've softened it by putting a scarf. And I've also used items that were in my color pattern. So even though this is a white, which is not in my color pattern, I can turn around and simply put a scarf on my person and have it be have it work for me until I can turn around and find something that would be a better choice. So these are just a few tips about dressing your body shape. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to my website, embraceyourwardrobe.com, and give me a call or an email, and I can turn around and help you determine what is the best shape and the clothing and style for you. and we can go from there and begin your journey embracing your wardrobe. I thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my video, and I hope you come back for future ones. Once again, my name is Sharon Jensen, and it's Embrace Your Wardrobe. Thank you.